This is the cloud I'm stealing, so get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. You are the wound I'm healing, so get off, get off, get off, get off, get off.
Hello and welcome to the Open Mic. My name is Shawn Eiferman. I'm going to host the show every day, every week, whenever you get to see it. We are going to be filming not only live performances from people from all over Las Vegas, which is, of course, the entertainment capital of the world. We are also going to have some interview pieces with some people sitting right next to me, answering some questions. So please sit back, enjoy. I want to remind everybody that you too can be a podcaster. If you go to theopenmic.tv, you can find out everything you need to find out from me. I'll tell you everything you need to know. We're going to start the show off with a couple performances from here in Las Vegas, as well as an interview with a young man named Chris Iorio. Remember that name? You heard it here first. Not last, but you heard it here first. 15 years old, one of the best guitar players in the room. He's coming up in just a few minutes.
Enough is enough, will it ever be enough? Will you ever be good with what you got? The best, the most, the orchid's a ghost. You're focused on what you're not. Well, less is more, won't you simplify? Slow down, enjoy the ride. You can speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. Hurry up and wait. How much is too much? Don't you know it's all too much? You know no one controls it all. You want this, want that. You want to be a fat cat. You build a big wall. Less is more, won't you simplify? Slow down, enjoy the ride. You can speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. And hurry up and wait. There's trouble. Hey Stu, who stole the pen? There's a wall that I can climb. See to the other side. It's a wall you used to hide. It's too big and tall and wide. I said keep up, try to keep up. The Georges just keep on going. The house, the car, the happy drunk at the bar. It dries up but you keep rolling. But less is more, won't you simplify? Slow down, enjoy the ride. You can speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. And hurry up and wait. Speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. Speed up to the red light. And hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait.
We are back with the Open Mic. I have a mic right here and an open guest. This is our first guest ever on the first podcast of the Open Mic. Of course, go to theopenmic.tv for any more information you need on the schedule of the show and anything else. But first, not last, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Chris Iorio. He is a 15-year-old guitar player that has been described as a phenom, a freak of nature, and really the best guitar player I have ever seen, I don't care what age. I've been on stage for the last 114 years as a musician here in town and all over the world, and I have never seen a 15-year-old that can not only perform the material that he performs, But the show that he puts on, the energy that he puts out, and the immediate connection that he has with an audience is really unparalleled. I've never seen anything like it, and I am proud and honored and very happy to introduce the world to him for the first time, really. He's been on CNN, he's been in People magazine, but I think only a couple people really. CNN's like cable access, and People magazine, if you're not Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, who cares what's in People magazine? So he might have been overlooked. So now we've got him. You can really, really spend some time chewing on the man, the myth that is Chris Iorio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shawn.
You are very welcome. 15 years old, started playing guitar when you were?
When I was 8.
8 years old. Now most 8-year-old kids are playing Legos and whatnot.
Yeah.
You just picked up a guitar and started wailing.
Yeah, my dad actually was playing guitar, and I said, "Dad, can you show me how to play?" And he started showing me, and everything went from there.
What did he show you? What were some of the first songs that Dad taught you?
Cat Scratch Fever by Ted
yeah.
Nugent. That was probably the first one. And we did a good rendition of Detroit Rock City by Kiss, me and him.
Kiss and Nugent. For those kids out there that are listening to nothing but Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, Ted Nugent, see what I'm saying? Classic stuff. Van Halen, Boston, Journey, right? All favorites.
Yep.
AC/DC. The list goes on. I heard somewhere that Winger is a big favorite.
Yep. Winger's my biggest influence because I love how he arranges, and 80s rock just rocks.
80s rock just rocks. Can we get that quoted somewhere? We need to put that with the little hyphen. Chris Iorio was the first person to say that right here. You heard it. So 80s rock rocks. You are in a band, actually, here in town.
Yeah, my band is old school, and we're a classic rock band. We play anything from AC/DC to Van Halen to Ted Nugent to Boston to everything.
38 Special?
38 Special, yeah.
You know the guitar player from 38 Special,
Yes,
correct?
I know Jeff Carlisi, and I went to a camp that he has for kids. It's called Camp Jam Atlanta, and it's a rock and roll kid. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, but now there's 12 locations that are going to be popping up everywhere. So, you know, it's just great. I met him there, and he brought me on to CNN Live, and that was really cool.
So you got on CNN with Jeff Carlisi from 38 Special.
Yeah.
From what I hear, you've met, been on stage with, et cetera, the likes of Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar.
Michael Anthony, also from Van Halen.
Yeah.
A couple of the people from Sammy's band. You were just at the NAMM show.
Yeah.
Correct? Which, for those of you that don't know, the NAMM show is in Los Angeles every year. The biggest musical convention in the world. If you want strings or picks or microphones or guitars, the NAMM show is just absolutely amazing. And it's flooded with musicians, usually a combination of both, all the headlining household names that we all know, and then some of the under-the-radar type musicians that are bouncing around. And I heard that Dean Markley, who is one of the largest string companies in the world, courted you a little bit and asked you to do some things. You're going to be endorsed?
Yep. Dean Markley actually was personally there, and I'm going to be endorsed by Dean Markley Guitar Strings. And what's ironic about it, which is really cool, is I use Dean Markley Guitar Strings. So, you know, it's not going to be like I'm changing anything. And it's actually really cool because, you know.
So he's not selling out. He actually uses Dean Markley strings and is getting the endorsement for Dean Markley strings because he plays Dean Markley strings. I don't, but if Dean Markley sees this and wants to send me a couple of strings, if you go to theopenmic.tv, I'll get you my address. You can send me some strings. I'll use them. I promise I'll use them.
Sean's a great guitarist and
Chris
songwriter.
is correct. I am a great guitarist, but that's a whole other story. Chris and I actually play in the aforementioned band Old School. We do all that classic rock stuff. We've got an amazing singer named Vince Garneri, a bass player named Anthony Bronsden, who's just a monster bass player, a drummer named Eric Cellini, and it's a lot of fun. One of these days we'll get some video footage and show it on the show of us doing that voodoo that we do. Very cool. I met Chris, obviously, when you were 8, 9 years old. I mean, a young kid, you had just really started playing. and some drastic changes.
Yeah.
You've lost weight. You've gained hair. Does it feel like a natural evolution?
Yeah, I lost the glasses and everything, but you know, I guess I changed, and I'm glad I did, because you know, it kind of really helps when I'm going out and playing. You know, that I have kind of the image that helps out. But when I first played with you, it was that you were hosting the guitar bar at the Fiesta Henderson, and you actually ran a cable from the stage out to the restaurant area because it was 21 and over in one part of the bar. So it was just great. I'm glad how everything's going, and hopefully for the future too.
It's been a long, illustrious career if you really look at it. If you're 15 now and you really started playing out when you were 10,
yeah.
So 5 years, that's a third of your life, right?
Yeah.
How are you at math?
Good.
Yeah, okay. Well, a third of your life is playing guitar. He's been on stage. The question that I have is simply highlights, lowlights, mid-lights. What are some of your favorite times on stage, or even not on stage? Maybe it was in the studio, maybe it was meeting some of these other people. What's really blown your hair back? Okay,
let's start my highlights. Some of my highlights were probably when I was on CNN Live with Jeff Carlisi. It was just a mind-blowing experience, and it really helped like progress some things, put some things in my head, and you know, kind of make me think about what I want to do, and it really helped me out. Another big moment for me was when my band, Old School, played their first show, and it was just, I mean, I look back now and I'll kind of chuckle at myself because I'd be like a statue, but you always have to start somewhere.
The funny thing that you guys don't realize is that Vegas is a 21 and over town. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, most of the time it's 21 and over. There's very few all-ages venues. Chris has been lucky enough to play 60, 70 shows now all over town in venues that are 21 and over, but as long as he doesn't belly up to the bar, they don't bother him. You know, there's a dressing room where he has to stay on the stage. So we actually look forward to getting out of Vegas a little bit. You're going to be doing a little tour.
Yeah.
That I'm sure will be all ages scenario.
Yeah. Jeff Carlisi from 38 Special with his camp, they're thinking of putting an all-star band together, which includes Jeff Carlisi from 38 Special, of course, Ed King from Lynyrd Skynyrd, Liberty DeVito from Billy Joel, and a bunch of other people. And we're going to be going on tour for like 2 weeks, the tour buses, the whole shebang. And
what happens on the bus stays on the bus.
But for 2 weeks, we're going to go on tour and hit a lot of places, probably on the East Coast. So it should be a really cool experience.
Well, Chris Iorio has a website as well. It is chrisiorio.com. It is, Chris is spelled with a C, C-H-R-I-S, and then Iorio is spelled
I-O-R-I-O.
Got it?
Like the cookie.
Just like the cookie, except not spelled like the cookie.
Yeah.
So please check out chrisiorio.com. There's all sorts of information, show dates, naked baby pictures, all the good stuff. We've got some shows booked all the way through the summertime, and of course he's going to be on tour with Jeff Carlisi and all those guys that he mentioned. Make sure you hit theopenmic.tv, and it has been an absolute pleasure. Mr. Iorio, shake my hand. Gently, gently, gently. He's a bully. He's got this strong grip. He's very, very strong. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to be coming up right after this with, I believe, a bunch of performances from some people doing some things with music. See you soon.
So pimp it.
Your bed back you fall in time. Somehow find you and I collide. I've opened your door, I follow you. I find I'm scared to know I'm always on your mind. Even the best fall down sometime. Even the stars refuse to shine. Out of the back you fall in time. Somehow find you and I collide. Don't stop here. I've lost my place. I'm close behind.
Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching the show. This is my first podcast, so I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed popping my cherry for the first time on the internet in this way, so make sure you head over to the aforementioned website, which is theopenmic.tv, and I will see you the next time you see me. Thanks again. Bye-bye.